Hello and welcome to Transformers Lore. On this episode, we're going to be talking about a special unit of troop known as the Iron Grenadiers, specifically as they appeared in the first IDW Hasbro universe of Primax 1005.19 Gamma. The Iron Grenadiers were long-coat-wearing, ominously helmeted troops of Laird James McCullen Destro the 24th. The head of M.A.R.S. Industries and partner to the Cobra organization. I'll be honest with you, I'm talking about the Iron Grenadiers today because they look cool. But that doesn't mean they don't have a fascinating history in this continuity. Destro, of course, is a part of the Scottish clan Destro. In Destro's family history, there is an ancestor who wore an iron mask into battle as a grenadier in the Napoleonic Wars, making the image of the Iron Grenadier one that is crucial to the Destro family name. While Destro and M.A.R.S. Industries has many different types of armed paramilitary units, the Iron Grenadiers appear to bear more prestige than the basic rank and file. However, I want to take a look at the battle record of the Iron Grenadiers to discern whether or not these troops are that prestigious of a fighting force. One thing I should note about the Iron Grenadiers in this continuity is that, at least initially, they appear to be robots rather than humans. By the year 2010, M.A.R.S. Industries had perfected the Battle Android Trooper, or BAT, for Cobra, and the Iron Grenadiers also make their first appearance around this time, possibly as an improved version of the BAT to be focused as Destro's personal guard. The Iron Grenadiers first appeared when Cobra took over the American town of Warrenton, Ohio, under the command of the mysterious Darklon, who we know nothing about in this continuity. While other Cobra forces massacred civilians in a brutal and savage campaign in Warrenton, the Iron Grenadiers under Darklon appear to have carried out their mission professionally and without much bloodshed. While Darklon and the Iron Grenadiers took hostages, the other Cobra officers like the Baroness and Crocmaster massacred their targets. Warrenton would eventually be taken back by the Joint Services Special Counter-Terrorist Group, or G.I. Joe. That being said, neither Darklon nor the Iron Grenadiers could be seen in the battle, suggesting that the Iron Grenadiers were not present when the city fell. Around this time, however, Iron Grenadiers were under the direct command of Destro at Castle Destro in Scotland, serving as the castle's garrison, alongside the newest versions of the Bats. However, differences between Destro and Cobra led to tensions between the two partners until Destro gave G.I. Joe intelligence on a Cobra station house in Manhattan. Learning of this, Cobra Commander himself directly launched an attack on Castle Destro with a unit of Vipers that caught both the Bats and the Iron Grenadiers off guard, with many being destroyed in the initial attack. The Vipers and Destro's forces continued to clash until Destro escaped the battle and Castle Destro was seized by Cobra, with all resisting Iron Grenadiers presumably being destroyed in battle. It appears that Destro continued his operations as the head of M.A.R.S, though on the run from Cobra, and it can be assumed that Destro produced more Iron Grenadiers in this Cold War with Cobra. However, things all changed in 2016. That's because 2016 was the year that the Cybertronian war hero Optimus Prime annexed Earth under his own occupation. With Optimus Prime's rogue faction of Cybertronians enforcing their own policies on Earth and unilaterally determining Earth's future, many spoke out and resisted the Prime. Destro appears to be one of those discontented voices and appears to have undergone a sort of recruitment campaign with the promise to gain Cybertronian technology and ultimately overthrow Optimus Prime's regime. Regardless of Destro's motives, many discontent humans signed up to serve as part of the Iron Grenadiers under Destro's command. At this point, the Iron Grenadiers became a unit that included both humans and robots under the M.A.S.K. We know from dialogue that many recruited Iron Grenadiers truly believed in the cause of the war against the Cybertronians, and for Earth to be free to do what it wants without having to be at the beck and call of Optimus Prime. Another man who opposed the Prime's regime was Joe Colton, the man who once was known by his codename G.I. Joe, and who had now taken up the alias of Baron Ironblood. Baron Ironblood rounded up various anti-Prime factions to unify them into one group with a unified effort known as the Iron Ring. Destro had an alliance with some members of the Iron Ring, including Dr. X, but was hesitant to work alongside Baron Ironblood without meeting him, and initially opposing the idea of working with the Iron Ring when he found out Joe Colton was Baron Ironblood. However, after negotiations involving improving Destro's teleportation M.A.S.K device to work with space bridges, Destro agreed. As a result of Mars entering the Iron Ring, the Iron Grenadiers were split up as one of the main ground troops for the Iron Ring. Baron Ironblood sent a detachment of Iron Grenadiers to garrison Krieger's base in Brasnia, for example. When the body of the Decepticon Astro Train crashed on Earth, it was infected with a strange alien disease. Destro ordered V.E.N.O.M, an organization that was part of the Iron Ring, to get a sample of the potential weapon. However, V.E.N.O.M was opposed by a joint M.A.S.K and G.I. Joe force. Destro ultimately sent a unit of Iron Grenadiers with Sting Rider aquatic vehicles under the command of the V.E.N.O.M member Sylvester Sly Rax, codename Stiletto, to take Astrotrain's body in the Arctic Circle. However, they were countered by G.I. Joe and M.A.S.K with M.A.S.K agent Gloria Baker, codenamed Aura, hacking into the Sting Raiders and neutralizing the Iron Grenadiers, making this the second known defeat of the Iron Grenadiers. The Iron Ring base in Brasnia was later stormed by a ragtag group of people that would become known as the Revolutionaries. Krieger deployed the Mechanical Grenadiers to counter them, but the skilled revolutionaries, who worked alongside the ninja commando Snake Eyes, crushed the Iron Grenadiers, even though they were supported by the massive Decepticon combiner Predaking. The revolutionaries were able to seize the Talisman, the activation device for Unicron, and the base fell with Grenadiers left behind to be destroyed. A third major defeat in a row for the Iron Grenadiers, and the second defeat within 1 year. Things seemed to be looking up in 2017 when the Iron Ring recollected themselves, readied their plans, and took back the Talisman, as they planned to launch their attack on Cybertron itself. Among other Iron Ring forces, Iron Grenadiers were loaded up onto Trojan Horse Cybertronian bodies to attend the ceremony in which Earth would be formally admitted into the Council of Worlds, a ceremony that was to take place on Cybertron. As planned, the Iron Ring emerged from the fake Cybertronian bodies and launched their attack on live TV. The Iron Grenadiers in particular were loaded up with special weapons that appear to use armor-piercing rounds to pierce Cybertronian plating. In the initial surprise attack, many Cybertronian civilians were killed by the professional Iron Grenadiers. Some were under the direct command of Destro, others under Krieger, and some under the command of Colditz, though much of Colditz's forces were wiped out by Pyra Magna at the beginning of the attack. Most, if not all, of the Iron Grenadiers attacking Cybertron appear to be robots, while human Iron Grenadiers were left behind on Earth to guard Iron Ring assets, like Castle Destro and Baron Ironblood's base in the Swiss Alps. Unfortunately, G.I. Joe launched an attack on the Swiss base, killing many Iron Grenadiers in the process, though Red Shadow's forces would intervene to allow time for the Grenadiers to escape. A joint Cybertronian G.I. Joe attack took place at Castle Destro, where many Iron Grenadiers were killed, and Castle Destro, along with its space bridge, fell to the enemy, allowing them to send reinforcements to Cybertron. On Cybertron, when the main circle of the Iron Ring infiltrated the planet, the Cobra agent Dr. Mindbender served as a decoy Baron Ironblood, and directed the Iron Grenadiers on the surface to distract the Cybertronians, as Iron Grenadiers engaged the Iaconian Guard known as the Badgeless, under Cybertronian commanders like Ironhide and Sunstreaker. However, reinforcements from Earth meant the tide was turned, and Mindbender was eventually captured. Leaderless, but having completed their mission of providing a distraction, many Iron Grenadiers surrendered, later to be imprisoned inside Metroplex, the Titan Cybertronian that served as the heart of Iacon. Though the Iron Ring's mission eventually failed, many were eventually repatriated back to Earth, with some escaping in the process. That being said, the Iron Grenadiers never appeared again, suggesting the failed invasion of Cybertron was the final defeat that demoralized the human Iron Grenadiers and prevented Destro from producing any more Iron Grenadier robots. Even when Unicron attacked Earth and the Iron Ring was employed to help defend the planet, Destro only provided help with his M.A.S.K device, suggesting that the Iron Grenadiers truly were no more. And that's going to wrap up this episode of Transformers Lore. I hope you've enjoyed. We cover things like history and Transformers lore on this channel, so if you're interested in any of those two things, consider subscribing. Also, check out my social media in the description. If you want to go the extra mile to help support the channel, consider supporting me on Patreon. And yeah, that wraps everything up for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day, ladies and gentlemen.
You had me going from the day we met. Made so many memories I can't forget. Always thinking